Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Illumination Nation, where the mind comes to wander and we live in the what if and open hearts, open minds, because open hearts, open minds. I am the person behind the videos that you all have subscribed to and you all have streamed. And thank you all so much for your support. Today, I really wanted to come to you all live to talk and discuss the rally that they had in Richmond, Virginia today, the gun rally. I actually am in Virginia and was supposed to be doing some advocacy work around MLK Day today. But everything that they had planned for today at the Capitol, again, I'm in Virginia, and everything they had planned today for MLK Day was canceled because of the gun rally that they had today. Well, with everything going on with the 2A protest, I want to raise the question, what if, like we always do here, what if this gun rally was really just a setup to prove to us the power that white men with guns have in this country? And it's a juxtaposed to prepare us for this civil war that's to come if Donald Trump is impeached. So let's do a little bit of history. The first Civil War actually ended here in Virginia. If you take a look back at the last 365 days, a lot of people in the world, not just in the United States, but internationally, have been having the word Virginia come off of it's been coming off the tongue. Everybody's been speaking about Virginia, starting with the racism and the blackface last Black History Month. Black History Month was flooded with nothing but racist headlines coming out of Virginia. Our governor in blackface, our Black lieutenant governor and his sexual accusations that were being made against him. And there was also our district attorney, or excuse me, there was someone else in our government who also did blackface. Mark Herring also was caught in blackface last Black History Month. So for the last 365 days, there's been this buildup of racial tension surrounding the place where the Civil War ended. So that's one thing I want everybody to keep in mind, because that's been triggering me this whole entire time, is that there's been a process, there's been a buildup, there's been a layering of issues to prepare us for something. We don't know what's coming, but this is all in preparation of something that the media knows about, our higher ups know about. They're preparing us for something racially charged. That's the key. Trump keeps saying, if I am impeached, there will be a civil war in this country. So if they're prepping us for a civil war, what they did today was show us that Trump's side is ready. They have the preparation part of it down. The only thing they're waiting for is the opportunity. And an opportunity was created for them today because our governor specifically placed bans on guns at the Capitol today. Governor Ralph Northam said that there will be no guns allowed anywhere near the Capitol, but yet there were 100,000 peaceful protesters, yet still breaking the law with their guns on Capitol Hill today. So what they've gone to show us is that white men with guns are more powerful than our government. That's what the media and the news is displaying to us with this headline that there was a peaceful gun rally in Virginia. They're not saying that there were domestic terrorists breaking the law in Virginia with guns at the Capitol today. That's what all of the headlines should read. But that's not what they're reading, because that's not what they want to portray. What they want to portray is white men with power and also with guns. So watch out, because this is what you all have in store for you if Donald Trump is impeached. So even without all of that, the thoughts of a civil war is what I constantly keep going back to. My mind, my studying, spirit, everything keeps leading me back to the thought that this civil war is actually happening. The only difference is one side is definitely prepared, while the other side is constantly thinking that there's going to be some law passed or there's going to be some policy that comes into place that's going to keep this war from happening. But history repeats itself. That's one thing we learned from history, is that war is inevitable and history repeats itself. We've been in this peaceful place here for so long in America because so many people have been docile to their oppression, and we've learned to love our oppressors and praise our captives and our masters, that we wouldn't even know what to do in the face of a civil war. We've been, as a community, especially people of color as a community, the thought of people with color with guns has become danger. It's become a thought of criminals. It's been thugs, and all or any type of gun policy or gun laws that have been passed in this country have directly affected Black and brown people, people of color, and poor people. That's who have been affected by gun laws in this country. A lot of people that are currently protesting gun laws in this country right now haven't even been affected by gun violence. For instance, in our area, I brought up the organization Moms Demand Action. How many Black mothers have you seen, or brown mothers have you seen, being supported by an organization that is specifically built for moms who have lost children due to gun violence? In my area, there have not been one Black or brown mother who has been uplifted or empowered by the Moms Demand Action group. These gun laws didn't come into place until they started to trigger us with white affluent schools being shot up by domestic terrorists, white men with guns. But yet, white men with guns still have not been made out to be what they are. Terrorists. They're terrorizing this country. And the more they display these photos of these white men and these massive militias with their guns and their army attire, and they're ready. They are prepared. Again, they're just waiting for the opportunity for their preparation to actually mean something. On the other hand, you won't see Black people protesting against guns because we aren't anti-gun. We're anti-getting locked up because we also share the same love for guns as white people do, because we also love to protect ourselves and to protect our communities. But those laws don't work the same way for Black and brown people. So that's where you see we aren't able to be prepared to fight a civil war. So if you are a white man who is not a part of the opposition and you actually care about Black and brown people, you have Black or brown children, you have a Black or brown wife, it's up to you to take that privilege that you have and teach your Black and brown wife about those guns, and to teach your Black and brown children how to properly use them, because Black and brown parents don't feel safe teaching their children that stuff anymore because they know what that means for their Black and brown child. We aren't prepared for what's coming. And this is a warning. I'm not sure why I felt the need to actually put my face to this, to go live, to express this to you all, but I couldn't hold it in. I felt that I was doing a disservice, and that this message really honestly needed to be said, because if it wasn't, we would all still be blinded to what's coming. And it's coming. Something is on the forefront. Something is definitely, it's been happening for a while now, but now we are in the midst of it. And I didn't ever think that I would see something like this in my lifetime. But I'm not afraid to admit that we are on the verge of seeing the next civil war in this country. And it's not going to be because Trump is impeached. That's just a semantic. This was something that was always meant to happen. It was always planned. If you go back even to the works of Nostradamus and you go back to his predictions, this was always something that was meant to happen. The fall of this place we call America, and this land of the great, home of the free, which was never the home of the free, it's all starting to rise and it's starting to bubble. And the layers of racism is what is going to actually trigger the start of this war, the rise of the oppressed versus the privileged. That is what this civil war will be. It is not about race, as much as they want us to believe that this is a Black man's war or a white man's. It's not a Republican or a Democrat war. It is a privileged versus the oppressed. And at this time, there are white men in this country who believe that their privilege makes them privileged when they have no idea that they are just as oppressed as everyone else in this country. So this, again, is a warning to prepare yourself, to just know what's coming. It shouldn't be a shock to anyone when this war breaks out, or whatever it's going to be, this massive uprising of the American people. The time has been for a while now. And I'm elated that more people are waking up to see the toxicity that lies within our government. There are no party lines. There's one big, massive party that is fucking this whole entire country. And I'm just going to end it at that. I really don't have a lot to say. I just really felt like I needed to get this off of my chest with everything that was going on today and the headlines I've been reading and how the ban was put in place, but yet they're still portraying people who broke the law today as peaceful protesters who are also law-abiding citizens. There were felonies committed today. It is a felony to wear a mask in Virginia and to cover your face. There were several masked, armed people out there today. So, you know, just again, don't give into the hype of the headlines. That's not what's going on here. What's going on here is a power play. And today, they got it's 1 point team them. So happy day. Happy MLK Day, y'all.